I think it's gone through now. Um,
I see Facebook
there,
and
there we go. I see Laura on there.
okay, I see it.
Okay. Well, welcome to the second segment of Quantum Leap, folks. We got our 11 a.m. guest here, Laura Vidal, and I'm still trying to share it a little broader, but we are back, and Laura's really an expert in a lot of things. She actually attended our the room full of referrals session, which Cory and I just did a little segment on, which we were gonna ask you about. But first, I just wanted to introduce my co-host Cory Nod, and Cory, if you don't mind, just giving your introduction, if you have a testimonial for how you know Laura.
Hey, I'm Cory and I am the business partnership coach, creator of the partnership operating system, and I work with people who are equals within a business to have a great relationship. And I don't think I've known Laura for long, other than as a director in BNI and our chapter director. So I can't say a whole lot, though. She does a good job of showing up for the chapter and being somebody who can be there and supportive and working within the network. She is a participative director, which is not always easy to find.
Yeah,
Thank
I think she's helped me. Oh, I'll get to you in a second, Laura. I just have a quick testimonial for you. I
you.
feel like as a newer director, I feel like you've taught me a lot about how to be a good director as well, based on some of the things that you've done that have really worked and that we've liked and that have really helped our chapter thrive. So we can let you go into that when time allotted. But I first wanted to have you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your story and what you do, Laura.
David and Cory, I'm grateful to be on your podcast today and continuing. I learned from both of you as well. Uh, I want to be clear on that. It does make a difference. We're all in this together, so to speak, in the world of BNI, and just truly appreciate being here. Uh, 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, went through the traditional mastectomy, reconstructive surgery. Along that path, the breast cancer surgeon, who later turned out to be one of Time Magazine's top 100 doctors, when she shortly met with me after giving me the diagnosis, said, "I'd like to write a children's book with you," which was kind of interesting to experience when all the other things were going on in the moment. And it is several years later, make a very long story short, my own personal primary care physician, Dr. Beth McDougall, who runs a Clear Center of Health, and my intuition was working well that day, sent me home to attend the Academy of Intuition Medicine, which I did and graduated in 2012. And that is the path I took to become a medical intuitive. The state of California acknowledges it is accredited school, and that's how I can hang my shingle as a medical intuitive. Instead of writing a children's book with Dr. Shelley Wang, I went and wrote one myself. So Maggie Liz with Breast Cancer, A Family Tale of New Beginnings is not my journey. I worked with the Mill Valley Children's Librarians to get the story right to help children and their families. Living Beyond Breast Cancer in Bala Cynwyd, Pennsylvania buys my books every year. And I kind of spread myself too thin, and I'm trying to, with the marketing tools and the networking that is available within BNI, learn how to promote my book more than I currently do. It is available for purchase on Amazon. I too am grateful for those Mill Valley librarians. If they didn't guide me through remembering, although a mother of two daughters, the lens of a child, and when a parent sees a book like this, and do you send them home from the library with something like this to read, and also encourage those families. So from the journey itself leading me into becoming that medical intuitive and the transformation, has been phenomenal. And I like to work with clients who have an upcoming surgery simply because, and I truly honor those Western medicine physicians. They did their best. I was injured in surgery. So not only did I go through the surgery to recover, the reconstructive surgery, the mastectomy, but I woke up with my left arm not working at all, meaning it was on a board and my hand and arm would slap me. I had to go through physical therapy and heal from that. I don't want anyone who goes through a surgery to experience something like that. It is a holistic approach to health. No one can guarantee that there's going to be no injuries, but the feedback from clients is they feel better, look better, move better, and heal faster from the process.
Great. And how would you say you're unique? And if folks are new to, what a medical intuitive can do for them, um, if you don't mind just sharing kind of the a little bit about that capacity and how you see yourself as a unique healer and helper of folks in those type of uh, really life-threatening situations.
Being trained at the Academy of Intuition Medicine is one thing that sets me apart. I graduated in 2012. This is the 40th class that Dr. Francesca McCartney has taught, and I've gone through the class again. I mentored, there's a practicum host, TA, tutor students ever since I graduated. It took me a long time to gain my confidence, although what sets me apart is my intuitive knowing. And how you're trained at the academy, we all have one or two specific intuition tools that set us apart. Mine happens to be my knowing. And beyond that, I'm trained in all the protocols. So when I assess someone energetically, I do not touch anyone. I work either by phone or on Zoom. If you work with me on Zoom, I'll give you the recording. Uh, I'm able to, just by that base of that knowing. Like one of the gentlemen, so I work with men and women, focuses families. One of the gentlemen that I worked with, he had four tendons that needed to be repaired. And it is a spirit to spirit communication, so mind, body, and spirit. His spirit shared with me that if the surgeon did not repair all four tendons at once, it would economically devastate him. And the surgeon reported after surgery, he repaired all four, typically did not do that, and he was able to heal faster from that experience. So it was that knowing, that spirit to spirit communication that made the difference and continues to set me apart.
Okay, well put. And um, Corey, maybe I'm going to jump to you because I think we can take the B and I stuff at the end just so we don't kind of distract from our discussion here.
So what do you want me to? I mean,
Um, I think go into question number four
okay,
and maybe number number six, yeah, and then we'll
okay,
go B
yeah,
and I at the end, yeah.
it's a good question. I mean, I think I heard a lot of the why in there, but I guess if you say this, like, I don't want anybody else to go through this, we often say, so what is the why? What is it that drives you to take this to other people versus all the other things you could be doing?
Really, for someone not to experience an injury in a surgery, and it doesn't always go as planned, and understand that the working professionals who I have highest regard for, it is from a holistic approach, that they are doing their best.
Mhm.
And that is why I want to be the guide so that the person is mind, body, and spirit prepared to walk into surgery for an optimum outcome.
Okay.
I can use these tools on so many levels, but that's the path I choose.
And what do you believe about that? Just, I mean, I don't want to throw you too much in
No, no, I'm
question.
curious. There's so many ways. Well, there's so
Right.
many ways you can go with answering that question. What
Sure.
do I believe about that?
Right.
Uh, can you kind of clarify that a little bit for me?
Yeah, if somebody asks me what I believe about, doing why partnership coaching, it's just like I believe that people want to be together, and there's often things that get in the way, right? Expectations, unspoken, feelings and resentment, and all those other things that cause a breakup when it shouldn't happen. And there's a big part of me that wants to help people stay together. This goes back to my story, but I won't get into that. But the point is that I believe that people want to be together, and there's reasons why it doesn't happen. So it's more than just why I help people, or what I do. It's more of the why I do it and what I believe about that. So what do
Okay,
you believe about what people can accomplish with your work and what your role is in that? Does that make sense? It's
that totally makes sense.
it's not
Oftentimes,
always easy to come up with, but I'm curious, in your line of work, it's important too, right?
no, and I'm glad you shared. I'm glad you shared what you did because that helps me uh, share my passion about this.
Yeah.
Since I work with highly sensitive people
Hmm.
and also possibly someone who is empathic, the traditional medical model doesn't always give the best end results. And
Right.
there's often the spirit, if you have to be open to the concept of mind, body, and spirit.
Hmm.
The spirit moves much faster than the body. The body is denser than the spirit itself. And so often there's that disconnect with the mind, body, and spirit. And my role in guiding a client is to bring more into harmony. And that's what makes a difference. You want your mind, body, and spirit to be in harmony if you can. There's different energies, there's different systems that we look at, and you're not going to have that information unless you have someone like me in your life. But I would rather you work with someone. I am not the only one who is trained at the academy, but wherever you see the initials MIN, there's a code of ethics and integrity that comes with the practice that perhaps other energy medicine practitioners aren't legally bound to follow. And so that's why I do the things I do. Hopefully that answers that.
No, it's good. Yeah. Just was curious about that. So the next question then is, so who is your ideal client? I think you kind of hinted at that there.
It is someone who is highly sensitive,
Okay.
gone down they've had many, multiple, either one or multiple traumatic experiences in their life.
Hmm.
They've gone through cancer, other maybe car accidents, and they want to heal. I want to work with someone who wants to get healthy and understands that how well the physical body can heal.
Okay.
There are a percentage of the population that wants to stay unhealthy and sick and be dependent on that's whatever that system they choose to go down. I'm looking for the individual, mind, body, spirit, wants to heal, understands that you can heal.
Great. And okay. And usually, what do those people say? What is it that they're saying that drives them? We can drive them to you.
They are saying, I don't understand why I keep getting sick. I don't, I go in for surgery and something happens and it doesn't go well. I'm not understanding why I can't get all the things done or why I'm not able to work the amount or accomplish what I want to
Okay.
during the day.
Got it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I I just didn't want to break up that discussion on your business, and now we can change gears. And with the bit of time we have left, you actually joined us in the room full of referrals session. We were all there, and I was just, I know you're one of those people who has a lot of knowledge about BNI, but what was your first, if you don't mind just sharing kind of what type you are and what you think that you got out of that training.
I happen to be it's equal nurturer and a go-getter. It is astounding that it always the
That's a great
assessment.
blend. No wonder we get along so well. I remember thinking about that.
Uh, my family doesn't always appreciate the go-getter. My kids especially don't always, nor did my former spouse appreciate the go-getter in me. But yes, it's right in the middle for me. I attend those every chance, every opportunity I get to learn more about the behavioral styles because I believe in that platinum rule. It's how that other person wants to be treated. And when I'm in that go-getter mode, sometimes I'm not always cognizant of where that person needs to be met. And just to continually learn those skills and tools to help, I'm here to help clients. And if I understand the difference, the behavioral style that's most challenging for me is the examiner. And that's perhaps why I was married to an examiner, and is part of the reason why I'm not. And I still get examiners in my life, and it challenges me to my core. And so it isn't about me, it's understanding where they need certain information, and not
Mhm.
just trusting that I'm giving that information. Like I rely on my intuition and I use those skills. And an examiner, I was working with someone last night, I I could feel my I became defensive. And it was just because that person needs that research information that I couldn't provide in that moment and need to circle back. So what are your thoughts on room full of referrals as well?
Yeah, I mean, I I liked it in that it kind of I thought the one of the fascinating things about it was it taught us about other key people who we know about their style. So it kind of gave me a more in-depth understanding of why I work well with certain people and how we work together based on people who I know, like you or David Zurin or other people in that room, you know. So I felt it gave me a little bit more in-depth understanding about the different types and also clients, you know, and potential clients, as Cory and I were talking a little bit about um, kind of where what drives them, um, and how to also work with them a little better and connect with them better, but also people just like them who we may not even have met yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. How about you, Cory?
Um, I mean, I obviously used to teach it, right? I mean, it was the first program I did with way back in 2007 when Don was doing 8-hour versions of the class. And yeah, I've done it many, many, many times, and then I certified in teaching it. I also do DISC, which not just DISC, but I actually certified with the company that Don worked with to create, the room full of referrals and to write the book, Dr. Tony Alessandra. So yeah, it's a big part of, what I do. I have other tools that in some ways I like a little better for partners. It's kind of like how much do you throw at people in terms of assessments, but it is a very good tool, especially if I need to help one person deal with another partner. I can give them clear identification and then how to talk to that other person in a way that keeps the rapport rather than uh, creates more animosity.
You know, I have a follow-up question.
Which could be great also, by the way, Laura, for okay, I'm just going to throw this out there, but when somebody's going into surgery or dealing with their doctor, doctors have styles too, and the way they explain things and the way they deal with
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
If you know your style and you know their style, you can very quickly create that rapport. Like, hey, doctor, I need more detail than what you're sharing with me, or I need less detail, and just give bottom line it for me. So it kind of depends on what you need and making sure you get it from your medical providers, because that's, I think, a lot of reasons why we have that sort of disconnect, not all nurses are S's, right? And even though it seems like it's a natural fit, surprisingly a number of them are, no nonsense go-getters. So sometimes you need more from them.
That's true. I just went to the Women's Live Long Summit in San Francisco this weekend, and they were talking about that, how women need to advocate more for themselves and giving us tools on that. So it will help in my practice as well. That was
Yeah.
insightful. That was really insightful, Cory.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important, and it works in every area of our lives.
One key thing that you did, Laura, in our chapter that I wanted to highlight for other chapters, and maybe Cory's seen this before, I thought that you really helped our chapter out by having us go around and state our goals for the upcoming year. What, why do you think it's important for chapters to kind of set not only individual goals, but maybe chapter goals, in terms of how to get the most out of your B&I chapter?
You want those goals, and the more you share them around the room, it really is that college professor. The story that I shared is a Mike Macedonio story, and I'm glad he shared it with me because when you get that written goal on paper and you're moving towards it, it's wonderful to share in the room, also to own it, and you can say, I need 5 more referrals in order to meet my goal for thank you for closed business for this chapter. And your chapter members should want to rally around you and help you get those 5, 10, 15 more referrals.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is remarkable at some of the numbers people are getting in there. I think recently, especially in the trades, which is one of our biggest units, it's I do attribute it in large part to you encouraging and to set those goals, that you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for that feedback. That is appreciated. Let's rock it. You have an amazing chapter. Let's keep rocking it.
Yeah, I know. I think we're now over 40 members again for the first time, or we dipped down a little bit. So, it does come in waves. I do find that this time of year is particularly important. Spring as you come out before we have the summer holiday, which can be a little bit, people go away on vacation and stuff. So, now's the prime time to do it. So,
Hmm.
folks, if you do want to come visit us, just message Cory or me or Laura. Laura also has another chapter. I believe, is it out in Marin or
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, which is your chapter out of Marin? I forget.
Network 54.
Got it.
So yeah, other than that, we are at time, and thanks for coming on, Laura. I do feel like we did a better discussion of your business this time versus on the ripple effect. It was a little bit different. I know Cory's great on that too. So sometimes it takes a couple cuts at it, but we'd love to have you back at some point, maybe later in the year, early next year, and compare notes on the chapter and whatever else we want to talk about.
Oh, I'd love to continue supporting both of you. Thank you. Let's make this happen in abundant referral circles, and I want to figure out how to send referrals your way as well for both of you. I experienced your passion today, Cory and David. I I just see it when I'd like some help with video. So thank you.
Sounds great. And thanks a lot, folks. Dave and Cory and Laura signing off for Quantum Leap, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.